supported by opposition coordinates. 40 degrees 22 minutes 55.15 seconds north, 3 degrees 39 minutes 44.29 seconds west, 40.381986 degrees north, 3.662302 degrees west, 40.381986 minus 3.662302. The Assembly of Madrid or Madrid Assembly is the unicameral regional legislature of the Autonomous Community of Madrid since the approval of the Madrid Charter of Autonomy in 1983. It is elected every 4 years during the Spanish regional and municipal elections. As the Community of Madrid Charter of Autonomy does not recognize the right to call early elections, save for exceptional situations like the scandal that deadlocked the May 2003 Assembly and forced fresh elections in October 2003. According to the Charter, the Assembly is empowered to draw the Madrid regional legislation, to control the regional government's actions and to elect the President of the Community of Madrid. The Assembly meets in the district of Vallecas of Madrid in a hall inaugurated in 1998 specifically designed to host the Madrid Assembly. The legislature is currently made up of 132 deputies, elected all at once in closed party lists for terms of 4 years. Seats are allocated using the proportional D'Hondt method in one constituency, which makes the Madrid Assembly one of the biggest parliaments in the world with one only constituency. In 2007, this fact moved President Esperanza Aguirre to propose splitting the Community of Madrid into 12 constituencies of 9 to 15 AMs each. The alleged benefit was increasing the contact between statesmen and their electors. But the reform was rejected by the rest of parties in the Assembly on the grounds that it was not a pressing matter, and it would alter the composition of the Assembly in favor of the most voted party. Eventually, the proposal was abandoned even though President Aguirre had the majority to pass it through the Assembly, because it would be defeated in the Cortes Generales as it had to be done through a process of reform of the Charter of Autonomy. Parties that obtain more than 5 AMs can form a parliamentary group in order to organize and participate in the debates and committees of the Assembly. Parties that do not reach that number of seats will be part of the mixed group. Currently, the threshold for obtaining seats in the Madrid Assembly is 5% of the total votes cast, including votes en blanco, i.e. for none of the above, thus making it mathematically impossible for a party to obtain less than 5 seats. Ignacio González Angel Garrido. The Madrid Assembly's leadership resides in the Bureau of the Assembly, comprising a president, 3 vice presidents who chair debate when the president is absent, and 3 secretaries, elected in the first session of each newly elected assembly. The Bureau is tasked with managing the Assembly schedule and interpreting its rules of order, including the power to expel members from the sessions. There is also a second consultative body, the Spokespersons Council, which is made up of the leaders and spokespersons from each parliamentary group in the Assembly and has the right to be heard before the Bureau takes some decisions such as scheduling debates and votes. In the Spanish system, however, ruling parties usually do not hold a tight grip over the parliament's schedule, nor do they use it to turn down the opposition proposals without debate. They are just voted down in committee or by the full House after the shortest debate allowed by the rules of order. Thus, while control of the Bureau and the Spokespersons Council is definitely important, it is not a critical matter as it sometimes becomes in other systems. The Assembly organizes its work in different committees. Committees are constituted by the Bureau of the Assembly on the advice of the Spokespersons Council. The number and grouping of its members is also determined at the same time. The election of the membership of the committees is a role of the parliamentary groups that have to be always represented in the committees. The committees are directed by a bureau composed of a chair, a vice chair and a secretary, and each group is to designate a spokesperson and an adjutant spokesperson for the committee. That will usually take care of that matters also in the plenary.